And what we've got for you next is a duo that's sold out in September. So we've managed to get it back in time for Christmas, in time for you maybe to treat yourself or someone else. And this one is our Nature Chewy Hydrate Limitless Super Cream Styler Duo. Now, that is a lot of styler for £39, and better yet, 4 easy payments of £9.75. And we've never seen it with 4 easy payments until this evening or this morning, 247 966. So, Dennis, I know that as we were talking previously, all of the products that you create are all about the condition, not just of the scalp, but also the condition of the hair itself, the hair shaft too. So what is in this that's going to work for us?
Okay, so I've been making products for everybody but myself. So I found myself blending one of mine with someone else's. And I thought, okay, that's silly. I need to make my own product. It took my time, and I came up with Cherry. Now, Cherry is the name of the butter that I'm using as a base, which is from Nepal. This butter is really special because it has saponin in it, which means it's cleansing. That told me right off the bat that it's not going to weigh down hair, so it's going to treat and cleanse at the same time. It's sacred to them. They use it for this is their natural chapstick. It's their treatment. They'll melt it down, and they'll give scalp treatments by melting the oil. It's kind of like a hot oil treatment, what we would do here. It's harvested once or twice a year, depending. And this year it was a bad, or what's coming up, it's bad everywhere. Too much rain. So all the harvest, it's been cut down, which isn't the greatest, but I'm just grateful that we can get it. But you can see it's tedious. It's look, this is my thing. This defines me, by hand. I love seeing everything made by hand. It's energy, positive energy. You know, that's what gets enforced into it. There's the scalp treatment. If you can find a little village and you find the right people, that's what they'll do for you. And it's worth it. It's amazing because it really does work. And these are, like, I call them the super. Yeah, well, you put it this way: you can't make a mistake. I made it goof-proof. It does everything. When I say limitless, it wouldn't be like we've launched it sooner here. We can never keep it in stock, but. When I say that, okay, it gives you volume, you can use it to, if you have braids, you can braid your hair with it. You can use it to create waves. You can use it for curly hair, scrunch it in, slick back. You can use it to set. If you set your hair, if you braid it, go to sleep, wake up next morning. I do it all the time, and I get a really cool wave out of it, a pattern. There's no hold, though. It creates a natural bond. So I'm using chufa milk. Tiger nuts, they're found down in Spain. And then you've also got a blend of chia seeds. And chia seeds are known how they can absorb 12 times their weight. So it's absorbing the moisture and also the ingredients I'm infusing into it. So that's what creates this bond. But this bond, it's adaptable. So it adapts to temperature, climate, movement. So you'll never go stiff or crunchy. It'll give you shine like you've never seen before. And we're not infusing the hair with the silicone. We're infusing it from the tailor seed oil, even that cherry butter. That's a natural cleanser. It's also repairing. It adds shine. It protects from heat. Brassy tones. It will prevent that from happening. It's almost like a cocoa butter, but a lighter version that loves hair and skin. It doesn't weigh it down. Like I said, they use it as a chapstick. They use it. They even ingest it, believe it or not. And that's what I look for. I look for their sacred, traditional, these ingredients and blends that they've been using not just for a couple of weeks or a month or a year, centuries. It's been handed down. And unfortunately, they're starting to disappear because we forgot about good old Mother Nature and started going synthetic. It's just we've been brainwashed in a way.
Yeah, I mean, this is great for me now. I'm looking at all the girls using it now. I mean, I've just put some into the palms of my hand. It is very, very lightweight. It's like a clear gel.
Yes.
It has a really beautiful, clean, warm smell to it. We can see no residue on the girls. They're literally just putting it on their hands. They're rubbing it through their hair. And there's a difference with Ali's hair, the before and after. I know that she has really very beautiful styling, and the cuts to her hair is always immaculate. The colour as well. But obviously, it's difficult and high maintenance whenever we have a lot of colour in our hair to actually keep it that way. So this has got a really light texture to it, and it would just literally go through the hair without causing any kind of residue at all, which was great to know.
Doesn't it feel great on your hands?
It does.
And this is
the
big test that. Yeah, I love. This is my scent. So I took the amber vanilla and blended it with, kind of like making a smoothie in the morning. And that's how I made this, by the way. This is a natural based, and it was one of the mornings when I was playing around with the chufa milk and the chia seeds. My spoon stood straight up. Actually, I gave it energy, And I could see it. So the more energy, the more form. So I thought, whoa, I can make an adaptable kind of bond agent that could work as styling. So I started throwing, my breakfast into my hair. Yeah,
As you do.
it's kind of weird, but hey, at the end, I'm always testing. So I even grew hair longer because I knew short hair, but long hair, I wanted to perfect it. So yeah, I'm not going to perm it or anything.
No, well, I'm glad to hear that, Dennis. I don't think that would be a good idea
but I figured it out.
But I do have to ask you,
But
obviously we're talking about using, we've seen the girls use it in the studio, they're using it
Yes.
on dry hair. So is it something that you would always do it that way, or is it surely before you actually start styling so it protects the hair?
Like I said, goof proof. You can't make a mistake. I want you to use it wet or dry. On wet, you're going to style with it. Or if you want a gel effect, like in other words, like a stiffer, but it's not gonna, you're not gonna feel that kind of crunchy because there's no alcohol in it. You put it on soaking wet hair, don't touch it. So it'll allow it to bond, and it will look and feel like you've got a gel in there. Now, if you don't like that feel, or if you got too much of a bond, just with your fingers, loosen it up. You're in full control of it, and you can loosen and break that bond to whatever you want. But it will cocoon the hair. And here's the big thing. Put all the styling aside. I'm in my 50s now, 56, and I'm basically, I'm not worried, but I want to protect what I have. So this is a heavy-duty treatment. So use it. What other hair or styling product going to tell you that put it before you go to bed? I want you to put this treatment on your scalp and your hair, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and feel your hair. Watch what happens overnight.
And that is what we've seen with the girls as well. Yeah, and the before and afters too. And remember, $9.75, the first of those 4 easy payments. If you would like to treat yourself to this right now, it's 247-966. And this one is the Hydrate Limitless Super Cream Styler. Use it exactly as we have described to you there, either on wet hair just after you've washed it or on the dry hair to style it as well. Now, we've got so many unbelievable deals with brand new products you may never have seen before, but everything with 4 easy payments across our fabulous Black Friday weekend. Ninja, it's changed the way so many of us cook and lead our lives in the kitchen. This is the Ninja Foodie, the smart lid, 7.5 litre. 15-in-1 multi-cooker and air fryer. I've been trying to find air fryers online to buy them independently, never mind a 15-in-1. They're really hard to find. That is a whole chicken that takes around about 50 minutes to cook on 190 degrees in the Ninja multi-cooker. This pressure cooks, it fries, it steams, it bakes, it roasts, it grills, it poaches, it reheats, it dehydrates, sautés, slow cooks. All of those things. And that is at the press of a button. It's healthier, it's faster. Seriously, wonderful product to have in your life, in your home. Will save you no end of time and effort and money on electricity or on gas because it heats up absolutely instantly. Think of the space you're saving as well. You want to warm bread, you want to warm rolls, you want to roast a chicken. You're not having to heat the oven up for 15 minutes beforehand. You literally put it in, press a button, and away it goes. Fabulous for anything and everything. Whether you don't cook yourself that often, whether you buy food in, it's fabulous for reheating too. So 816078, that is just one of our magnificent Black Friday deals at an exceptional price of $69.99. I've seen just air fryers alone for more than that online, even with Black Friday deals. So don't forget, all 4 EZ at our checkout. So that is all about cooking and something that is a multitasker, but we have got something for you now for your hair that is a multitasker. This is Tweet by Nature's Rare Treasures, an all-purpose cream, and we have got it for you in 5 fabulous fragrances. So Dennis, perhaps you could just run through those fragrances and then talk about or the mindset behind it, but what it does. So fragrances first would be great.
Yeah, so this big bucket of joy, literally scalp down to your toes. So you just need to pick a scent. It's all going to do the same thing. Super hydrating. You have the original, the Amber Vanilla, seductive, beautiful. It's the #1 bestseller. It was what I made for my mom. So it started here, morphed into, we call it Detox. There's a probiotic that has been made using honey and plants. There's 7 patents on it because it could withstand a high temperature, because these creams have to get hit with a bit of energy and heat. Most things get killed off, but we're also freeze drying, and that's why we get these, beautiful formulas reacting better because they're fresher. This one has an aroma of, I'm going to say, more of a fruity kind of baby powdery. If they produce their own baby powder aroma with a bit of honey. That's what it would be. It's very clean, not what you think. A lot of my scents, I call it a certain thing because I'll bring you into that family, because it's made with that, my interpretation of it and what the real deal actually smells like, not the fake stuff. Is this Frenzy?
We've got cherry on top, which of course ties in with our today's special value.
Cherry. Yeah, and I made one batch of it. That cherry, if you ever smelt Tom Ford's, what was it, Lost Cherry? It's kind of in that family. So it's not the cherry or the maraschino cherry, although I've got that in there. It's the blend that I'm creating, and actually it's the monkey. I just like saying that. It's a big cherry from the Amazon that gives it this really unique aroma. And until you get it home, you're not going to know, but you got one chance at it, because next year, even coming up to the spring, this is supposed to be for spring. It'll probably be gone. It's sold out everywhere.
It's rather nice to have a touch of spring when we're heading into the dead of winter as well, I think, too. By the way, I do need to jump across you actually there and warn anybody who's watching right now and has seen all the different fragrances on the screen there. Above the Clouds is already selling so quickly. I don't think that's going to be lasting for very long. So maybe we could just sort of talk briefly about that one, Above the Clouds, because I think that is something that that I know is one of your favourites as well, isn't it? It's got a nice kind of like thought behind it. So perhaps you could tell us about that one next, Dennis.
I'm sorry, the cat was bugging me, so
we weren't sure what that noise was. I was going to hear it in my, I don't know if anybody else could hear it at home, but we could hear it in the background there.
He's huge.
Oh, bless you. But Above the Clouds is about, it's like heading towards, it's selling really, really quickly, actually, that particular fragrance. So that has now gone. I'm afraid Above the Clouds has sold out. And I think the Tribal Chocolate, that's limited stock as well. So tell me a bit about the other ones that we've got. Honey Lux, I think, is one of them, is it?
Yeah, so with the Honey Lux, and it's so unique, and actually that's going to be gone for a very long time. I made a mistake. I picked one honey that, so rare. They even warned me that sometimes these bees, they're very picky, but that's why their honey is so amazing. And sure enough, this year is the year they decided to be picky. I call them bougie bees. They took the year off. They came out and said, nah. And they took off. So there's it's a Hawaiian island that has these specific trees, and they're only in that area, and it's one of the most rawest, kind of creamiest, but like the pollen, it's like I've never seen anything like it. So when we did the analysis, it just had to go in here. Because I also have a medicinal honey from high up the Himalayan mountains. When you see someone risking their life on a bamboo ladder, not wearing any shoes, and he's getting it for, I call it the leader of that village. She's over 110 years old. She's drinking the honey tea. I just put things together and say, I'm getting that from my mom. I don't get a lot of it, but there's Mama.
She's telling us about the 5-in-1, so all the things it will do, face and body.
Yeah, so that was the original, the amber vanilla. So that is the base of all of these. There's close to 5% of colonial oatmeal. This is it's not what you think. It's not just this powdery little body cream. No, this is a powerhouse. It's for your face, your eyes, and you're getting literally 15 ounces, 16 ounces of an eye cream. And I'll go up against anybody. She just uses it as a primer. It absorbs into your skin the most rapidly that you've ever experienced, because there's no harsh chemicals, no silicones. It's not fighting. Your body recognizes the lipids, fatty acids, the amino acids that are found in these unique ingredients that have a lot of it from omega-6, that it's like you don't find that in most naturals. I created the perfect cocktail that you have full control, so that you can see it's very thick and rich, but that doesn't mean it's going to go on that way. The more energy that you heat between your hands just to warm it up, you'll see. And actually in the winter, it even changes. It's so crazy, because in the summer it's a little, I guess, jellier. In the winter, it just stiffens up. That's what I mean by adaptable. It's a good thing. That means it's active. So these plants, and we don't use just the one particle of it or the nut of it. We use the entire plant. And that's what I was taught. And that was just in the last few years that they said to me, if you want the best, you got to use the whole plant. Just figure out a way of bringing the whole plant in, because that's where all the energy is.
And that's the reason I think people are buying in their droves, actually, Dennis, because we've got fewer than 250 of these to go around. The time now is just coming up to 1:45 in the morning. If you're watching on the repeats, it may well be that the fragrance you particularly wanted is limited stock. The Honey Lux, the Tribal Chocolate we've got, I think it's limited already, Above the Clouds. And we also had for you as well. In fact, I think now Above the Clouds has now sold out. So that leaves us with the 4 different fragrances, but it's a really, really popular choice. Remember, remember that this would normally be, you're looking at the actual value of this one, £84. So today you can buy it for £11.50 with your postage and packing. The full price is £46. Think of all the money you'll be saving on all the other treatments you would otherwise have to buy. It is a 5-in-1. So if you wish to try it right now, pick the fragrance that you would like, and then we will have it within the next 3 to 5 working days. £11.50, the first of those easy payments, and spread the cost interest-free over the next 4 months. 247816. That'll be February next year. Extraordinary to think that far ahead, but 247816. Now, a quick reminder for you of our fabulous today's special value. We have got over 500 of you sold, I've actually bought it in the last, well, however it's been since we've been on at midnight, actually, well over 5,000 of you before that. Many more of you, I'm sure, in the ordering process right now. We are looking at a full litre of shampoo, a full litre of conditioner, a hair treatment that you only need to use once a week, that is a treatment for the scalp and the hair root itself, the shaft of the hair, the thickness and the condition. And we've got 5 fabulous fragrances, 3 brand new ones for you, and they are our wonderful Tulipia. We've got the cherry on top, we've got the tribal chocolate, the Tulipia and the tribal chocolate, both for the limp and the flyaway hair, dull hair maybe. Cherry on top is suitable for all hair types. And then the other 2 that you might be more familiar with, the wild Frangipani Monoi, that is for dry, damaged or colour treated hair, as is the amber vanilla. But with every single one of those, you will be getting 2 full litres. Of course, cleansing your scalp and cleansing your hair is key. Once you've done that, which you will be able to do with any one of those, then of course you apply the conditioner. You only need 1 pump for most hair types, and then of course you've got your fabulous hair treatment that it might not be suitable for everybody in the family, might not even need to use it, but that is to be used once a week. Use that consistently, maintain your hair condition, and hopefully you will have before and afters, as we've been showing you throughout this hour, and the condition of the hair as with the girls in the studio with me. So £11.99, that is going to be your first easy payment to buy what is essentially £199 worth of product. Now, we're going to be looking at very shortly the Volumizing Scrub Clay Conditioner set that comes with a gift bag, and it's got 4 easy payments of £6.
Discover our beauty pick of the month for November.